Imagine a world where the boundary between dimensions isn't just thin, it's tearing apart. You are part of a specialized team tasked with investigating a phenomenon that defies physics, a rift in reality itself, leaking energy, monsters, and chaos into our world. But this isn't just a scientific anomaly, it's a doorway for an invasion that threatens to consume everything we know. Welcome to The Rift, the pulse-pounding, intellectually stimulating, and action-packed science fiction thriller by Douglas E. Richards and Joshua T. Calvert. If you love hard sci-fi concepts, high-stakes global defense, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of facing an enemy that operates on laws of physics we don't yet understand, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in techno-thriller fiction, blending the visceral tension of a ticking clock with the profound weight of existential threat. The narrative kicks off with the discovery of the first rift, a small tear in space-time that quickly escalates into a global crisis. The atmosphere is thick with the hum of experimental machinery, the static of displaced reality, and the creeping dread of knowing that every second brings the rifts closer to critical mass. Richards and Calvert excel at capturing the psychological toll of fighting an invisible war, making every scientific breakthrough, every tactical retreat, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is the end of existence. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular dimensional breach trope and the brilliant scientific detective dynamic. This isn't just about shooting aliens, it's about understanding the underlying code of the universe, exploiting dimensional weaknesses, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who can step through walls. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer the rift technology, forge uneasy alliances with international agencies, and completely shock arrogant theorists with humanity's stubborn refusal to accept doom is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the suspense to life, making the silence of a frozen moment, the rush of a jump, and the frantic heartbeat of a person on the edge feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular science and the sci-fi mechanics, the soul of the rift lies in its characters and the heavy burden of knowledge. The protagonist isn't just a scientist, they are a deeply human individual, struggling with the moral weight of playing God with forces they can barely control. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable bond with their team, a found family bound by shared trauma, and the knowledge that they are the only ones who remember the world as it was. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations in the lab feel just as impactful as the explosive, reality-shattering climaxes. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major rift opens in the heart of a major city, threatening to collapse the timeline entirely, forcing the team into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation across multiple dimensions. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming intellectual courage, and raw, unbridled determination. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded device, and every ounce of their will to stabilize the rift and secure a future for humanity. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, paradigm-shifting victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its resilience in the face of impossibility. The Rift is a triumph of the science fiction thriller genre. It is smart, terrifying, and unapologetically intense. Douglas E. Richards and Joshua T. Calvert have crafted a novel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line against the unknown. Plug in your headphones, check your instruments, and join the team. The Rift is open, but the future is worth